Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird's proposed amendment to Iowa's Constitution protecting kids in some court cases is drawing some cheers and concerns. KCCI's Kayla James joins us now. And Kayla, you spoke with people who love the idea as well as some who worry about it stripping rights from others.
That's right, Ben. Bird's proposal would allow children to give closed-circuit testimony against alleged abusers, meaning kids could testify in a separate room. Advocates say this would prevent children from possibly being traumatized when facing their alleged abusers, while some attorneys say doing so wouldn't give other people a fair chance.
Some children aren't able to testify in front of the person who hurt them.
Which is why Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird says her proposed amendment to the Iowa Constitution is needed, letting kids testify against their alleged abusers in a separate room.
It's not something that every child needs, but it's something that some children need in order to get justice.
It takes a lot of work to wrap your head around what happened to you, to rationalize, to realize that it's not your fault.
And Denise Stoddard, the clinical director of behavioral health for children and families of Iowa, says it's even more work for children. Stoddard says Bird's proposed amendment, if eventually passed and voted in, would be huge for kids in the courtroom and also helpful.
If they're looking for a testimony and kids get frozen and stuck in their trauma and they're not able to articulate what happened, I think there's some things that could happen where people who have caused harm then are not being held accountable.
No one wants children who've been sexually or physically abused to be in that situation.
But attorney Alfredo Parrish says an Iowa Supreme Court ruling over the summer made one thing clear.
The Supreme Court has said they have to have two-way. The accuser has to hear and the victim has to be there where the accuser can talk with.
Parrish says children can have their attorney come forward with a reason, medical, psychological, or otherwise, to prevent them from having to testify face-to-face. He also says testifying face-to-face could provide something valuable to others in the courtroom.
If a person, let's say, is fabricating something, which can happen in cases like this, you need a right to see if the jury is going to determine what their credibility are. Who's telling the truth?
Now, this proposed amendment has quite a ways to go. It would have to be passed in back-to-back legislative sessions before going on the ballot for Iowans to vote. Ben?